this is Richard Jacobs from Speakeasy Marketing, and I'm going to answer some common questions attorneys have about the Speak-a-Book process. Now, the first question attorneys usually have is, will I get the questions beforehand that I'm going to be asked during the 1-hour recorded transcribed interview? Yes, no problem. We'll email them to you. A lot of them are real softball questions. The goal is to, again, recreate you in print, to ask you the questions that you get asked day in and day out by potential clients. Some sample questions are, what are the top misconceptions people have about the divorce process, DUI process, bankruptcy process, auto accident process, whatever it is? Another common question, what kind of mistakes do you see people make once their case is started or is ongoing? And again, this can apply to DUI, any criminal area, bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury, whatever it is, doesn't matter the subject. But those are some of the sample questions. Another sample question, what do you think holds people back from contacting an attorney to get help in this area? What do you think they're afraid of? What do you think makes them hesitant? That kind of stuff. Now, if you notice, all these questions are not about statutes. They're not about specific stuff. We get into that in the call, but a lot of it's going to be generic. A lot of it's going to be emotion-based. A lot of it's going to be, again, fears, misconceptions, because a lot of people will be afraid to ever contact you because these things are rattling around in their mind. So if you can have a printed publication, either on the web or physically in print, that dispels their fears and reduces their disbelief and their unwillingness to contact you, it'd be a great way for you to get more business in your firm. All right, next question. How long will the call be? Usually an hour is sufficient, sometimes an hour and a half. They really don't run longer than that. An hour is great for us to make about a 60-page book. Longer than that, again, we could do it, but usually it gets kind of tiring for you as an interviewee. And again, we can cram a lot into an hour. It's really not a problem. Another question is, how will this interview happen? Literally, I have a free conference line. I'll give you the phone number and the PIN. You're going to call in there. I'm going to call in there. And then I'll tell you, all right, are you ready to go? I'm going to start the recording. I put in some digits. I start the recording. And I just start talking to you, and the conversation gets recorded. It turns into an MP3 that gets emailed to me. I send that off to my transcribers. They transcribe it. Then I send it off to my editor. It gets edited to take out the ums and uhs and stuff like that. Then I send it to my graphic designer and my layout person. We get it made into book format, and we send you a semi-finished product. It's ready for you just to make final corrections to it, and then we're ready to send it to the printers. Pretty easy process. On your side, the hour and a half that you spend, that's it. You have no work to do besides that until you get the finished product, and then you do some final edits. Okay, another question. When I send people the questions beforehand, some of the attorneys want to write out the answers to all of them. That's not a good idea. You don't want to be unprepared, but you don't want to be scripted either. It's better to be free-flowing and to just talk and not be rigid and stiff and stuff like that. This is not a deposition. This is a call for you, and it's got to be relaxed and conversational in order to be most effective.